What's up, Nerd Nation? Welcome back to TreeTalk. I'm your host, Lo, and we have a whole mess of updates from athletics here on the farm, so let's just get right into it. Starting off, there were quite a few heartbreakers this weekend, and unfortunately, field hockey ended their season with a loss against UMass Lowell. Head coach Roz Ellis says that the team needed to be in this position in order to grow, and way to work hard this season, ladies. We can't wait to see where you'll be at next year, and we can't wait to see what's in store. Volleyball fell to Arizona State and football to University of Washington, but both teams are looking for some bounce back wins this weekend. Men's soccer tied against Cal and women's soccer tied against UCLA, and also looking for some setting the tone games again this weekend. Women's golf worked hard in the Eastlake Cup to end October and start the month of November. And congrats to Samir Banerjee for reaching the round of 16 in the men's ITA tournament for men's tennis. And congrats to Connie Ma and Alexandra Yepifanova for competing in the women's ITA tournament for women's tennis. Women's basketball beat Dominican 126-53 in our sole exhibition game for the year, reaching 100 points in the third quarter. All 12 on the roster got some major minutes as well. Sailing absolutely demolished their competition, and women's swim and dive dominated Washington State in their meet. With those recaps, let's get into what's next. For today, sailing is at the ICSA Match Race Nationals this whole weekend. Men's swim and dive takes on Cal at Cal for their meet. Softball plays San Jose State at home today at 4 p.m. Women's volleyball plays Washington State today at home at 6 p.m. in Maples. And women's soccer has their senior night tonight against Cal at 7 p.m. in Kagan Stadium. On Saturday, we're hoping that women's tennis is competing in the ITA Fall Championship still. Rowing is at USC. Men's water polo is also playing against USC at noon. Fencing is at the Western Invitational this weekend at the Air Force Academy. Wrestling is at home competing against Duke. And football is away at Washington State. On Sunday, women's volleyball takes on Washington in Maples at 2 p.m. Men's soccer takes on UCLA at 4 p.m. in Kagan. And next Monday, men's basketball takes on CSUN at 8 p.m. in Maples Pavilion. And next Wednesday, women's basketball takes on Hawaii at 7 p.m. in Maples Pavilion. And on Thursday, women's volleyball takes on Oregon at 6 p.m. in, you guessed it, Maples Pavilion. On Friday of next week, cross country competes at the NCAAs in Sacramento. Softball plays against St. Mary's at home at 4 p.m. And men's basketball plays against Sacramento State at home 6 p.m. in Maples. With that, let's get to our athlete spotlight for this week. Hey everyone, welcome back to an athlete spotlight. And today I'm here with...
Hey guys, I'm Asher Hong, and I'm on the men's gymnastics team.
Yeah. So Asher, you already introduced yourself. Thank you for that. Do you want to talk about like your major or anything?
I haven't declared a major yet, but I'm thinking towards STS. I was trying to do MS&E, but the core is pretty difficult, and like with the upcoming Olympics and whatnot, it's like kind of hard to like manage all this, like all these classes and whatnot. So I think I'm gonna stay simple with STS.
Hey, nothing simple the same degree. All I'm saying.
Absolutely.
And I know y'all heard the slight Olympic drop. We'll get back to that. So, any particular reason we are interested for our interview today?
No particular reason. I was came out from a class with my friend, and we like to chill at the Starbucks over here after the class. So.
And okay, let's dive into it. So, what got you into gymnastics?
I'm gonna say the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. So what had happened was I just watched that movie and started climbing doorposts, like doing headstands, flipping on the bed, and my parents were like, "Yeah, we need to do this in a safe environment." So there was a gymnastics gym 5 minutes away from my house, and that's essentially how it started.
Man. So. And how old were you about when you were getting into this?
I was around like 5 years old. Yeah.
So like, why Stanford?
So Stanford had won the past 2 NCAAs when I was like looking, or before I committed, right? And so I knew the team was really good. and they had the majority of the senior national team, right? So they were like the best school, like literally the best school to train at for gymnastics, because you literally have, it's like you're at a national training camp like every day, every practice, right? So that's kind of the idea behind it. And then not only that, but it's one of the best schools in the nation, right? So it was like, it was honestly like a no brainer choice. So yeah, like that's kind of like my thought process through it. And once I got in, I was kind of like, all right, like this would be dumb of me not to go here. So
All I'm saying, it's really the best of both worlds. And
facts.
it's really impressive just seeing how you guys are able to just, like, going off of the already winning national championships, like, okay, come on. The 5 feet is going to be on the table, but how you feel about the 4 feet?
Four Pete was sick. I mean, it was my first NCs, but our seniors, that was their fourth like comp to win, and that's a pretty legendary feat. There's only, I think, a few other schools who've done that. OU lost on their fifth, right? So they won four, and then we beat them their fifth, the year that they were supposed to win their fifth championship. So four feels good, but five will feel a lot better, and it'll be my second one. So, but it's not gonna be handed to us, right? Because like at our NCAA's this year, the energy was like, all right, we don't like the judges, the athletes. No one wants Stanford to win because we've won 4 years in a row, right? So we're working our asses off this preseason, and then going the season, we're gonna keep busting our for that 5 peat, because it's not going to be handed to us. And like honestly, all odds are against us. Like if I think Michigan's our new rival this year, will be our new rival this year. If Michigan is like peaking, and while we're peaking, they're going to give it to Michigan rather than they're going to give it to us, right? So we got to stay on top of it, and that's our plan. So
And then also, want to just ask about like your experience competing at NCAA's, and then at, like, as a freshman. I mean, you were coming in expecting high things from yourself already, but like, how was that feeling of being there, being on that giant stage?
yeah. So I mean, I've competed on national stages before, and before my first year of NCAA's, it was kind of like club gymnastics is like based on kind of individuals, like and how you do as an individual rather than how you do as a team, right? And so once I was on the team and like started competing, I realized that it's like you have to lay down your personal goals sometimes, and but for the team, and like that's what it's all about. That's what like NCAA gymnastics is all about, like the team aspect, right? So, and that honestly puts more pressure on you, because it's like, all right, if you mess this up, then that's on the team, right? So, like dealing with that type of pressure was definitely a lot different than like the pressure of club or like national level, because it's like it's on yourself, right? But if you fall at an NCAA meet, it's like, all right, you fell like for the team, and you have to learn to one deal with that fall, and then pick yourself back up, right? So it's like you fell, you own up to it, and then you move on. You're like, all right, next event, I'm gonna go kill it, right? So that's something I learned in the NCAA, and I think that if we can incorporate that on the USA stage, it's gonna help us tremendously, because like that team aspect is everything. The energy and like the camaraderie in the team is like,
And then banking off of that with competing for the USA and competing in worlds, how was that experience? I mean, competing also with your teammates from Stanford, like,
yeah. So the past two worlds, we've had a few Stanford members on the world team, and yeah, it's an awesome experience. I mean, we take that Stanford team aspect and try and replicate it at the comp, and then also kind of you know add people in as well, like Yul Moldauer. He's from Colorado Springs. He vibes really well with the team. And then this year we had two of the Michigan guys with us too. So and they fit really well within the team aspect. And we all came from an NCAA background, so we know that like team aspect. So we kind of like again try to replicate that, and it was like an awesome experience, especially this last or this past Worlds. us getting ninth or third in 9 years, right? And I think that was due to like the NCAA identity we kind of like backed around. So
I mean, next year it's 2024. It's Paris. What's the goal?
I mean, the goal is to take it day by day, but at the end of the day, make the Olympics and then podium at the Olympics. We had our meetings with our coaches for the goals of next year, and I put on team medal, like Olympic team medal, all around medal, and then hopefully a vault medal. So those are the goals, but I got to remember to take it day by day. Like it's a long process, a long journey, and honestly, if I could like throw one thing out there, it's like to stay healthy this entire year because like that'll be the most important thing. Like try my best to keep my body in the best shape possible.
Yeah, day by day.
Absolutely.
And also, I mean, how can we not go through this without naming some of the accolades you got? Okay, ready for the collegiate ones? NCAA team champion, MPSF team champion, NCAA national champion for the vault, three-time NCAA All-American, steel rings, vault, all around, CGA Rookie of the Year, MPSF Gymnast of the Year, MPSF Freshman of the Year. To be both the Athlete of the Year and the Freshman of the Year. How was that like? How was that experience?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting that because I think they named one at the MPSFs and then one at the NCAA championships. So I mean, I kind of was just like, all right, like the results are like happening because like you put in the hard work prior, right? So it's like the process is super important, and I try not to like not look at the results too much and like focus on the process part. So like that's definitely the goal of whatever training plan it is. Like focus on the process part because the results are going to happen if you go through the process correctly, right? So
snaps to that. Snaps. And then that was just collegiate. Now to the national team stuff. A member of the USA Senior National Team and won the U.S. Championships national title in August of this year. Helped guide the U.S. to a gold medal at the 2023 DTB Pokal Team Challenge in Germany, and competed in the 2022 World Championships, finishing sixth in the all-around and helping the U.S. finish fifth as a team, and helped the U.S. win a bronze medal at World Championships in 2023 in Antwerp, and also placed sixth in men's parallel bars. And outside of gymnastics, I know it's a whole lot of your time is dedicated to gymnastics, but what is something you're passionate about?
Two things come to mind. I am really into fragrances, so I have like a 60 bottle cologne collection like in my dorm, and then something I recently got into was golf. I'm starting to enjoy golf. I hit the range and the course up here with my boys sometimes. If you haven't got on the course, definitely go because it's a beautiful course and it's hard. It's hard, but like it's worth it. It's worth it. The scenery's worth it.
That's a collection. That is a true collection.
Yeah.
Do you have like one favorite one or like a couple favorite ones?
I do have a couple favorites. You want me to like?
It's okay if they're top secret. If you want to keep them there.
No. I mean, I just don't know if the audience is gonna know the names and whatnot because they're the brands I buy are like niche brands. So like these brands only make like fragrances. So they're not like designer brands like Prada or Louis Vuitton. They make fragrances, but they also make like bags and clothing, right? But these brands only like specialize in making fragrances. So I don't know if like
it's one of those if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Let's do it.
You ready?
Yep.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Yes. If not gymnastics, what sport would you play?
Fencing.
Okay, solid. Do you have a pre-meet ritual?
Few coffees.
Few?
Yeah.
Is it like just a cup of coffee, or is it espresso? Is it something like
Usually espresso.
Fancy?
Usually espresso.
Solid. Okay, if you had to listen to one artist for the rest of your life, who would it be?
Lil Uzi.
Okay, solid. What's your favorite food?
It's this dim sum dish called Chang Fun. and it's like a thick noodle uh, that has like shrimp inside or pork, and then has like this sweet soy sauce on top. So,
Have you found any places around here that have it? Or have
there are a few in downtown Palo Alto.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, what's your favorite event in gymnastics?
Ooh, my favorite event to compete is floor. My favorite event to learn new skills on is high bar.
Nice, nice. Do you have any hidden talents?
Not that I know of.
I mean, you can golf now.
I can golf
that's
now.
a new one.
Yeah,
It's a
that's a
new
new
one.
one. It's a new one.
Exactly.
It's developing. It's developing.
Hidden talent in the making.
Yes. Yeah.
There we go.
You're right,
There we go.
You're right.
Okay, what Disney character would you be?
Stitch.
Ah, that's a good one. Good one. And best piece of advice you've ever received?
Stay on that grind.
Stay on the grind. Okay, and then last one we always do. What show are we filming right now?
The TreeTalk show.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, Asher, for coming on TreeTalk.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
That's a good one. See y'all. Thank y'all again for watching this episode of TreeTalk. We really hope that you enjoyed it. If you are interested in anything that our TreeTalk team is doing, whether becoming a part of it or seeing some specific athlete interviewed, please shoot us a message at treetalkshow@gmail.com or any of our social medias, which is at TreeTalk Show on Instagram and Twitter/X. It might be TreeTalk on TikTok. We'll see. And yeah, so let us know, or you can fill out the form in our description or in our bio. With that, thank y'all for watching. I'm your host, Lo, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.